What's up guys, today I'm going to be reviewing set 76960 Brachiosaurus Discovery with 512 pieces, and it retails for $80 in the US. And it contains 4 minifigures if you include the Brachiosaurus, which is Dr. Alan Grant, Dr. Ellie Satler, and John Hammond, and then the Brachiosaurus. And the build is the Brachiosaurus along with the tree and just a little like Jurassic Park Jeep. You can see some nice box art with just like a cartoonish background, along with the 3 main parts of the set displayed on the front, and then just some little logos up on the top, being the 30th anniversary of the Jurassic Park series, and then the Lego logo, along with the T-Rex off to the side. On the top of the box, you can see the 1:1 scale for the John Hammond minifigure, and then over here you can see some random stuff that isn't really important. But flipping onto the back, you can see some more views of the set, such as being able to have the Brachiosaurus eat leaves off the tree, and just kind of recreate those scenes from the classic Jurassic Park series. And then also the ability to fit all the minifigures into the Jeep, so you can drive them around and play around. Then there is also a spot on the tree where you can put Dr. Alan Grant, where he is in the movie with the 2 kids, even though they are not included in the set. The first minifigure in the set is Dr. Alan Grant. He looks pretty nice and has his classic hat and blue jacket on with his little red scarf. No leg printing, which is a bit unfortunate, and only 1 face print because he has the hat. And the 1 face print that he does have is pretty nice. It shows off his facial details pretty nice. And then he also has the little velociraptor claw, which he has in the movie. The next minifigure is Dr. Ellie Satler, and she looks pretty nice also. She has a little leaf in her hand and some nice leg printing, which is honestly probably should be like dual molded or something, but it still looks pretty nice. It has a belt and then some little boots, and then some nice printing on the torso showing off her little like jacket and stuff, which is tied around at the waist, and then a little bit of printing on the back just as continuous printing. Her hairpiece is pretty cool, and it's one that I don't think I've seen before. She does have 2 face prints, the first one being right here, and then the other one being a more surprised look on the back. The final minifigure is John Hammond. He has a pretty nice printed torso with like his 4-pocket jacket and a pretty cool face print with those glasses and his beard. He is smiling, and he does not have a second face print, and his hat is the same as the other minifigure. He has his amber staff, which is also a pretty cool detail. It would have been cool though if they did print it. It is just a plain little orb that is transparent orange, and he has no leg printing. In the set, you also get the Brachiosaurus, which is an insanely cool dinosaur, and I'm so glad that Lego finally decided to make one, because it's just genuinely really cool. The only flaw that I do kind of have with the minifigure, or the dinosaur, is that there is a giant gap in the neck right there, and then the legs don't move. But that is honestly about it with this. Like, I love this minifigure, or the dinosaur. It's just so cool and has so much posability. You can open the mouth a little bit, so that way the dinosaur can be eating leaves off the tree. He has some posability at the neck, or at the head, so that way you can move the head up and down to adjust with the neck. The neck can also move up and down along with side to side, so you can have the dinosaur go like this and kind of eat leaves like off the ground. His neck also does, or his head also does turn around a little bit, so that way you can position and like adjust whatever you want. Then the tail can also spin in 360 degrees at the very back. For the Jeep in the set, it is a pretty cool build and is accurate to what's in the movie. I do really just like the design. It's a really cool build, and I do like it. You have the little license plate up at the front for Jurassic Park, and then you have the classic little like just design of it, and it looks so good. You have some stickers off to the side for the Jeep number and just like the Jurassic Park logo. Then you also have the Jeep number up front, and the same little sticker off to the side. You have all the little lights up front, a little wrench up here, the little windshield, and then off to the back you have a spare tire and then the lights. Then to be able to put the minifigures in, you just kind of lift the back up like this, and you can slide the minifigures down in the build. You might have to take away their accessories and kind of adjust, but you can fit the minifigures down inside, which does look pretty nice when they're all in there. And as you can see, they all fit in pretty nice, and the Jeep does roll really smoothly. There is not a lot of friction with it, and it will roll a decent bit after you push it. Moving on to the tree, though, it is really nicely shaped and is a pretty nice design for a tree. It's a little bit blocky, but it has a ton of foliage and is honestly really well put together. Starting off at the bottom, though, you can see a little sticker thing over here, which is just a sign of the Brachiosaurus enclosure saying no feeding, no flash, and no yelling. You also have a partially hatched egg at the bottom, which is just kind of like the remains of a shell. You have all these little roots at the bottom, which do look really nicely, and then a ton of little foliage with all these little plants and flowers to help make the set feel alive. Moving up and around, though, you can see some vines kind of going up the side, which does just add detail to it, and it looks really nice. On the back, it is really bland and boring, and it's just like some support for the set. Not really anything too interesting back here. But then back onto the front and up a little bit more, you have this little ledge, which is where Dr. Alan Grant and the kids do rest in that one part of the movie where they kind of take a break, and the Brachiosaurus is like feeding on the leaves around them. So you can recreate this in the set, although you would have to buy another one of the sets to get the kids. Moving further up, though, it is just a completely like decked out in foliage with all these little leaves and just spots for branches to reside. It's just honestly like Lego did a great job of taking up the space with the branches and making the tree feel alive. And then it is also about the same height as the Brachiosaurus, so you are able to have your Brachiosaurus kind of like feed on the plants up here at the top and just like have a kid be able to play with the set how it is. And honestly, I really like the set. I'm glad that Lego decided to make a Brachiosaurus. It's a cool way for them to like celebrate the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. And that is about it for today, guys. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.